Hello, welcome back to Marta's Planning Mess. I just wanted to give you an update on how my planner for third and fourth quarter is going. I had been working on it before and had been playing around a little bit with the layout and how I wanted it to work out, and I am now done. So first off, I just purchased this. It's an Oxbow week size planner cover, and it's in the color red. It's more of a, it's not a true red. It's not like a tomato red or a fire engine red. It's got a little bit of maybe black mixed in it. It's not warmer or cooler per se. It's just a little darker, but it's a really pretty color. I feel like it actually matches better with things than if it were a true red. So I'm very happy with the color, even though it's a little different than what I thought it would be. So I have this on the second clasp, and there's still plenty of room for it to fluff out a little bit. So it works well. And if you had a full year planner, the first clasp here would still make room for it. So on the inside, it's got all of these pockets for cards. Now, I have tried doing this on a different planner cover, and it just makes it too bulky for me. So I probably won't put much inside of here, but it's nice if you have little things you want to tuck away. All right, that is a shopping list. So the outside cover of this is black because this is a undated N2 common planner, horizontal, and it's a compact size. So let's get into it. First couple pages are still blank. I actually tore this one with whatever was on it. It grabbed onto the paper. So hopefully I'll find a way to figure that out. My goals page is empty because I don't feel like I'm going to change my goals in the next 6 months. I'll just stick with the ones I had before. And I'm not one of those people that like checks in. It's just kind of a New Year's thing that I like to do. So I'll find some of these for this page as well, most likely. This is the quarterly section. I will probably copy over some quarterly information from my first 2 quarters here so that I have that should I need it as a reference for doctor's office visits. So this would have been quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. So this will I'll probably use these 2 for whatever health tracking stuff I want to do. But I haven't fully decided how I'm going to handle the quarterly section. I did actually decide to fill this one in with second quarter's important dates. It can be helpful to go back and know what had happened from previous months. So I kind of wanted to have that there. And I may divide this section up and do quarter 1 of 2026. I don't know. But anyway, that's how I chose to use this section here. Okay, so let's get into the months. Normally, if this was an academic layout, this would be a June month. If it was a regular layout, this would be a December month. But because it was undated, I decided that I wanted the extra pages as daily pages, and so we just started, boom, right into July, which is also why this will be helpful because I can see what happened in the previous months. So I've got July, August, September, October, all the way through December. Now, I'm getting a few more of the monthly pages with stickers from my sticker subscription. I've got 3 more of those coming for sure. So I decided to leave these blank until those arrive, but I won't probably continue with my sticker subscription after June because this will be very compact, not really have room for any stickers. And so I just decided to fill in the last months with my very, very ultra fine Pentel 0.3 pen. So that's March, April, May, and then June. So I just gave myself a year's worth of months here. Okay, so now we're going to get into the weeks. So this would still be a monthly spread, so you can see some of these lighter lines, but my plan was to make it a horizontal. So I drew in where those would be, and I used my stickers. So this is going to be week 27, and here are the dates. It's June 29 and 30, and then we go into July. That is one thing I did not do. I should mark that this is July here. I didn't think about that till just now. Okay, so I will be rotating it and turning it this way. If this had been a dated horizontal, we would have had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because it would have been meant to be read this way. When you rotate, that's why I got the undated, was so I could date it this direction. If it was the other way, I maybe could have made it work, but it would have kind of messed with my brain a little bit, and I didn't want to white it out and redate it. And I don't like to use a horizontal except for meal planning and my workout planning. So because this was undated, I was able to use this layout. So I will probably tweak this other page a little bit, but for right now, I drew it out on the clear Post-it notes, and then I marked it in with pen, so I'm ready for that first week. Here is my rolling to-do list, which will go, along this section here. And then these are the trackers I want to do. And I've made them bigger than I normally do just because I saw a really neat way of doing it, and I want to use that as well. So I gave myself some little emojis for different moods. That's my mood tracker. Here's my weather tracker. And those are the different weather symbols and temperatures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw with a highlighter up this way to whatever level of weather we have. And let's say it's both sunny and cloudy. I can put a dot for each one of those. So these will be like bar graphs. And then I will do a line graph to show the temperature, high and low. So that's my plan for using this. I love graphs, and I'm very excited that this is going to be front and center in my planner. I also have a health one. So I've realized with health tracking, the thing that's really important to me right now in my life is getting my vitamins and my antiviral medication, which is twice a day, and then focusing on getting fiber at all 3 meals, going to bed at 9 p.m., and getting a walk. So those are my health habits I'm going to be tracking. And then sleep, I'm going to use this as a place to track how many hours of sleep. I don't know if I'll put my sleep score here or not, or if I will mark it somewhere else. The amount of time I'm actually sleeping will most likely be drawn in here along the actual timeline. You can see I put one in that's 4 in the morning all the way to the next 4 in the morning. So I have 24 hours. I have 1 line per hour. So this is for time blocking, which is why I like my vertical spread. So overall, the only thing I don't like about this, I like everything that's here, but I don't like the fact that this part is going this way and this part is going this way. So I measured it out, and if I switch this one with this one up here, so switch it around because this is slightly wider, it takes 2 columns instead of 1. Then I could move this one down here, and this whole thing could be set up going this direction because it needs 14 across, and this is 12 across. So it would come out to here, and I didn't want it to be too tight next to all of this. So for my next week, I will at some point sketch that out here just to see if I like it better or not. But I'm very happy with my use of space here. So that's how my weeklies look. I have not messed with anything else other than just sketching this out. I did buy, these are those little markers that make little circles on one end, and then like they have a thin marker on the other. So I use that to make my little emojis here on the side. And I really like the fact that those are nice and consistent. I got a set of those, and they have like 12 to 20 colors. I can't remember. It's a lot of them. So I'm looking forward to using those. So this whole section is going to be like that. So it's only 6 months worth of weeks, which means, see, here's more of what an actual weekly spread would have looked like. Not the monthly that I was drawing on top of back here. You can see my lines for the monthly are showing through. But because it's so light, And in the undated, it's like last year's contrast. It doesn't show up too much. If you tried to do that with one of this year's, she did do her lines darker for 2026, so you would not be as successful using the spread in an alternate way because of that. Okay, so here's week 52. You can see I have not finished all of these because I'm still waiting on those other sticker sheets that are still coming in the mail to finish this off. So, but that's okay. I can fill that in when they come. All right, so here is my back section. This is my daily section. I was extremely close to having enough pages, but not quite. So what I did was I've counted it off in my head how many extra pages I had, and I decided to double up some weekends. And then I ended up ending a little bit early. So anyway, you will see here in a second where some of those here we go. I think in maybe the month of November, so I maybe just needed 4 pages. But otherwise, except for that little section in November, yeah, all the rest of these each have a single page. So I'm really looking forward to having a daily page that I deal with. And I sketched this out. This is, again, these clear Post-it notes. I've been posting, downloading my B-reels and printing them on washi paper and putting them in my planner. So for next, I'm sorry, my head is going faster than my mouth. I've been putting them into the monthly section of my financial planner just because I didn't have any other place to do it, and I kind of wanted to see them all together. I may continue with that, but I'm also going to be starting to post them in here. And originally I thought I wanted them here, and then my outfit picture here, and then maybe a photo of the day down here. But I think visually I want these to line up on top of each other. So I will put them on this side, and then I would journal on this side or place ephemera, etc. So that's kind of my plan for this section. I also would do some sort of a media log, I think. And so if these two moved over, I would have space here to do some sort of a media log. So I have an idea of what am I listening to? What am I watching, etc. So that's how I'm planning to use my daily pages. And those are all, I have these stickers in. Now they're washi stickers, they're very thin, but it has still bulked it up and fluffed it up. And I tried to put them not all directly on top of each other, but you can see it takes up some space. So if I use, stickers or whatever inside of here, it will just kind of make it, instead of dropping off, it'll just be thicker all the way across. But anyway, that's where this one is. For those of you that haven't seen the Oxnite, see it has this little pocket here. It has a pocket here. The front has credit card pockets, a pocket here. Of course, this one that this is slid in, and this one here. And then if you lift it up, it has this big pocket here. I've got just some more of those stickers and a calendar card in there. The pen loop does have some elastic. I don't know if you can see on the side, so it will accommodate a bigger pen. I don't love this pen here, but it is a felt tip, which draws very nicely on the clear Post-it notes, which are a little slippery for a gel pen. So I have this here just for my layout experimentation. But I will continue using my Pentel .38 in here because I just love how ultra fine it is and how nicely it writes. I mean, you cannot beat, where is it? You just can't beat how tiny my handwriting can be and be legible, even from a distance, with that ultra fine pen. So that is my advice to anyone going to a smaller planner, which I would consider an N2 or a week size planner to be on the small side. I haven't tried to use a Passport or a Pocket. I do have a pocket for book reviews, but I don't write small in there because I'm not using it like I would use this. But anyway, it's really a lifesaver when you start getting into thicker points for your pen. It makes it harder to read your handwriting when you're writing small. So this is definitely a need for using a smaller planner. I would recommend that. If you're into fountain pens and you can get it ultra fine nib, go for it. I have not stuck my toe into the fountain pen world because I'm afraid I will fall in and be suctioned into the deep. I love all things stationery, pens, pencils, paper, notebooks, you name it. I love it. And I have enough of a planner obsession as it is. If I got into fountain pens too, I think it would just be bad. So I'm just going to stay away from something that I know could be an addiction. But anyway, hope this was enjoyable and helpful. I have been toying in my mind with using this layout for a long time. I also did this other layout for 2027 first quarter because I'm toying with the idea of having an everything in one book rather than using multiple books for things, aside from my worship planner, which I don't want to carry around with me everywhere, and my fitness planner, which I don't want to be in here or take this to the gym. Those two are standalones, but everything else that I put in multiple planners needs to merge into one in my mind. So this one has more of a complete planner style layout where the month and then all the weeks and days are together. And I'm really looking forward to this layout as well. And so I think by the time I finish this and this, I will know, maybe even before I get to that point, I will know if I want to continue on with this style and just do like 4 planners a year. And this is just, it's one of the new Koji notebooks, just an empty one that I laid out everything because my layout obviously is unique to me. So I could always continue doing that. And this is a B6 Slim, so it's a little bit wider than the N2, which I was curious about trying. And I wanted to use this cover from my J. Boone Techo Mini that ultimately failed as a planner, but I wanted to hang on to this cover. So it gave me the opportunity to do that. By the time I've used these two, by like basically a year from now, the end of March 2027, I'm really hoping that I will have like settled into, okay, this is what it's going to be. My backup plan, and this is just completely wacko. If I really hate this or I find it too small or whatever, I could always grab a Hobonichi Cousin April start and go from there. So I think that's honestly ludicrous. But anyway, thanks for coming along and watching as I'm experimenting and trying different planner layouts. I hope it's interesting to you and that you are enjoying these videos. Thanks.